Nessa girl, y'all just gonna have to get into these wrinkly ass shirts if y'all want these videos first thing in the morning before I go to the gym. But y'all, I'm reflecting on the BET Awards and the conversation that Busta Rhymes had on stage about unity in hip hop. And it made me think about unity in the black community amongst our young boy rappers. And then that led me to think about Kodak Black and what's going on with his mental health and drug abuse. And then, child, we got to talk about how Kim McCroy is up here using up all 911 resources. And last but not least, Pat Sajak leaves Wheel of Fortune after 40 years and they hire another Pat Sajak. Want to talk about it? Here you go. Now, Nessa girl, before we even get into this video, I know a lot of y'all wondering what this contraption is, okay? Y'all go around wearing waist trainers, bitch. Let me wear a bike trainer, okay? This is a posture thing that just help you with your posture or whatever. Keep your shoulders pulled back. Keep it from having a hunchback. It ain't you know the only thing worse than having a wide bike is a hunch bike. So I wear this for 2 hours of the day to help form muscle memory, keep my posture good, wear it when I'm in the gym as well, you know, just to keep them shoulders a little broad, but my bike still petite. Anyway, ooh, child, this shirt wrinkly. I can't wait till I get fine enough to just do the video with no motherfucking shirt on. Quiet as it's kept, I could do it now, but I'm going to say that for August when I turn 40 and do my photo shoot. Nevertheless, y'all, what about your friends? Well, I didn't hit my note that time. I got a little gentleman caller in my throat. Mind your business, I'm grown. I don't know if any of y'all saw the video of Kodak Black when he was visibly high and he was talking, man, you know, short black, you know, he was having a conversation with himself, and the thing that bothered me was, based on the environment that Kodak was in, it's obvious that the phone was not on a tripod. The phone was not propped up against the rice jar. Somebody was recording that. You know, now they say he went live, whatever the case may be. What happened to being your brother's keeper? You know, okay, so number one, anybody around him knowing his legal situation probably should not be condoning him doing drugs or doing drugs with him. But odds are he's probably in the company of people who are doing the same said drugs, right? But then to be around folks that don't even have enough, I don't know, a large enough moral compass to get high but not record you, make sure you put the phone down, keep you from going live. And like I said, for all I know, he could have been hanging out in the crack house with a whole bunch of crackheads and we can't expect him to know any better. But this is a situation where this young brother actually needs some help, y'all. Like, Kodak needs help. He's not okay. And, you know, the more and more time progresses, we are learning that drug abuse is less about willpower and more about it being a health-related issue. Now, in the 80s and the 90s, you know, we would be, especially in the black community, get off that shit. You need to stop that shit. You need to get off of it. You know, unfortunately, the government disregarded black people when it was crack, but opened up all of the resources when it became white people and it became the opioid addiction. Right or wrong, that situation taught us that addiction is a health issue. All right? Our bodies work off of the reward system, our brains. When somebody has an addiction, whether it's to gambling, alcohol, drugs, sex, whatever the case may be, it sets off something in the brain that is pleasurable, dopamine. And when they don't have it, the brain tells them that they need it. And that is how people stay caught up in the cycle of addiction. All right. Kodak has an addiction problem. He already got caught and went to jail because he was traveling in a car with all those damn Oxycontin pills in his thing. Now, I don't know what his drug of choice is, and I really don't care. But I'm more concerned about the shady-ass individuals that are around him. You know, you got all of these people in hip-hop. They want to jump on with you for a feature. They want to put you on their festivals. They want to use you on flyers to help them sell tickets and so on and so forth. but where are they at in your true time of need? And so, when Busta Rhymes was talking about stopping the beefing and stopping the unity, it made me think about how can we take that a step further. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who Kodak's brothers and sisters are in hip hop, and I'm not saying that it is their responsibility to take care of Kodak Black, but somebody needs to step in. And here's the funny thing, right? We throw around the word conservatorship so loosely when it comes to Amanda Bynes and when it comes to Britney Spears and when it comes to Wendy Williams, so on and so forth. And I'm not sitting here saying that Kodak Black's rights need to be taken away, but I would like to see something from a systematic level put in place to help this brother get some help. Like, I know it may hurt, I know it may not feel good, but let's get him committed to a facility for a year. Let's get him in a facility for a year where he has no access or limited visitation to the outside world, limited access to money and resources to get him good and clean. Not just a little bit of clean, but good and clean. Get his mind clear. Let him see examples of how much he can produce when he isn't on these drugs. And the other thing that we have to address is the mental illness piece, right? Because so many times, people oftentimes think that people get on drugs simply because they just want to do drugs and be high. After dealing with my brother, who was a paranoid schizophrenic and manic depressive, and luckily my brother did not go down the drugs route, but I found out through my research, through attending support groups and whatnot, a lot of times people get high to silence the voices in their head. A lot of times people get high to deal with the paranoia. A lot of times people get high to deal with the depression that comes along with being different or being, not supported or people not understanding them. There are a lot of reasons that go into people being high. And let me tell y'all something. I had to learn this the hard way. Nobody wakes up and says, I want to be a bum on the side of the street, holding up a sign, begging for change. And, back in the day, we used to say, get a job. Trust me, no, people don't want to live like that. Even Kodak Black does not want to be the version of himself that we saw on that video when he was sitting on that milk crate or that ottoman or whatever it was he was sitting on. Looked like he was in a Mexican cartel warehouse somewhere about to be sex trafficked. Rapping it like this. That man, in a sober mind, he don't want to be seen like that. He's a superstar. He doesn't want to be seen like that. Nobody chooses this. So let's extend our brother Kodak Black a little bit of grace. Let's pray for him. And let's hope that he can get the treatment that he needs. God damn, this shirt wrinkled. Now, speaking of who might need to get some treatment as well, Kim Zolciak and Croy, let me tell y'all something. I already said that there needs to be a Karen registry for Karens. But there also should be a tax bill that gets sent to people at the end of the year when they call 911 for some bullshit. Especially when it's some bullshit that you can settle and fix within your house. Did y'all see 2 days ago the tape came out? Kim Zolciak called 911 because Croy, in her mind, she presented as Croy threatened to kidnap the kids because she wanted to send the kids on a play date with somebody that he didn't know about or approve about it, didn't know who it was, and he threatened to take the damn kids. And she called 911. Y'all have got to go on TMZ and listen to this 911 call. It is the calmest 911 call I have ever heard. She's like, hi, yes, my husband, no, he's not threatening to hit me or anything. It's just, I don't really know who else to call or what to really do at this point, And I'm just sitting here like, what do you want the police to do, Kim? This is one of them situations where girl, I don't know who you call. You call on Jesus if you believe in him. Call Sweetie. Or maybe you go around to the lady house and pick up your children. Or maybe you lock the children in the damn closet. Or maybe you just let the children go with their damn daddy. Like, honestly and truthfully, both of y'all are caught up in court. He got to be in court in 3 days. It's the summertime. It ain't like the kids gonna be in school. Even if he did go get the goddamn children, where was he going, Kim? Both of y'all live in a house that's about to be foreclosed on any given day and ain't even got no money to go get a damn 3-day room at the Red Roof Inn. So where he going, Kim? He gonna pick up them kids, go to Lennox Mall, carry their ass to Dairy Queen. Then when he get tired of burning gas from driving around Atlanta in circles and circles and circles, he gonna come home shortly after the sun come down and an hour for them kids got to be put to sleep. And then go sit in the other room and turn on the TV and y'all gonna rinse and repeat the next day. Can y'all please keep us out y'all group chat and y'all divorce proceedings, and please keep 911 out of it. Y'all is jamming up the line with all the goddamn crime going on in Atlanta. People getting shot left and right. Girl, they was just down to the slutty vegan at Pinky Cole place having a whole damn shootout. People couldn't even get the help they needed because your ass on the line talking slow when you need to be somewhere down with a family mediator down to the family court. Leave them 911 people alone. Okay. And girl, before I get off this line and go to the gym, you know, the internet, y'all just ain't never pleased, right? And some of y'all don't understand organizations, institutions, brands. While I think diversity is great, while I think diversity is needed, I am not in favor of diversity for the sake of checking a box. I am not in favor of diversity where it's not required. I am not in favor of diversity when the brand is what it is and speaks to what it speaks to and relies on or has relied on a certain image and or figure for 40 plus years. What am I talking about? I'm talking about Pat Sajak retiring from Wheel of Fortune after 40 years, and it has been announced that Ryan Seacrest will be the new host of Wheel of Fortune. I think that this is a very appropriate replacement. Here is why. You have got people, Wheel of Fortune is one of those things, you got them grandmas that's been watching it when we was children, and we now 40, and them grandmas are still watching it. That's their audience. So they are looking for a particular thing. They are looking for something and someone who is going to give them the look, feel, and the charisma of Pat Sajak. You can't rock the boat too hard because that is a staple show for that network. And if you stir that pot too fast, them beans going to spill over onto the stove. Ratings going to go down the toilet. You cannot just shove diversity for the sake of diversity. They're going to lose all their viewers. And those of y'all who are progressive enough to be calling for diversity, y'all are not the ones sitting at home watching Wheel of Fortune 5 days a week. And if I'm lying, I'm flying. I've heard people say it'd be great to have replaced them with a woman. It would have been great to have replaced them with a person of color. Okay, so then if we replace the host with a woman, then what we gonna put a man in the Vanna Sajak, in the Vanna White position? Y'all good and goddamn well. That's too damn progressive. And ain't nobody gonna look at it as misogynistic as it may be. That turning those panels thing, that is a woman's job. Bite me. The position was designed to be a Las Vegas showgirl-esque, presenter-esque job. Y'all remember Deal or No Deal that Claudia Jordan was on? Imagine if it was a bunch of men up there, how that would have went over. It wouldn't have went over with the women, and it damn sure wouldn't have went over with the men. So how we going to have a woman host and a woman presenter? Person of color. Okay, cute, maybe. But that person of color would have had to have been very similar to Pat Sajak and palatable to their core demographic and their core audience. Who's that person? Find that person. Are they available? Do they want an everyday job? Come on now, y'all. I think Ryan Seacrest was honestly and truthfully, I looked at a picture of Ryan Seacrest and quiet as this kept his ass look like Pat Sajak after Pat done had all that damn surgery. After Pat Sajak done hijacked his face. That's what Ryan Seacrest looked like. I think Ryan Seacrest will be the perfect replacement for Pat Sajak. Anyway, I'm going to get my ass in and go to the gym. When I come back from the gym, we're going to really get into the nuts and bolts of what's going on in the world today. What y'all hoes want me to talk about. I'm going to be sure to call y'all back today, though, because there's some things I really do want to talk about. Bye!